The media is feeding you fear. The job is draining your soul. The money's being printed from nothing but controlling everything. The politics is dividing you into teams that both work for the same system.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there is having a good day, had a good weekend, y'all. Happy Monday. Appreciate all the love you guys showed on yesterday's video. Let's continue it, y'all. Just remember, the likes, I appreciate it, but what really helps the channel grow is watching it from start to finish. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay, so I was today years old when I found out this conspiracy theory about my own hometown, St. Louis, and the St. Louis Gateway Arch. So apparently this thing is supposed to be like a weather switch. I have never heard this in all of my life. Check this out. I found this article that said conspiracy theorists have long argued the arch's true use. Some have famously compared it to a light switch, able to direct rain and severe weather away with the flip of a finger, while others theorize it's a common ground for secret meetings of extraterrestrials. Whoa, what? Tell me what you think.
Tyreek Hill's knee injury conspiracy. M movie cursed and exposed. For his time, Tyreek Hill decided to smile in this bizarre injury, a lot like the movie Him. See, you can see the demonic smiles and the laughter as he was carried away, and he was not affected by it. And I mean, his leg was literally hanging. Dang,
It was nasty. A lot of those injuries this year.
Cheetah. And what do the cheetahs do in the wild? There is gruesome activities.
Shopping malls proof that we live in a simulation.
I'm in the mall. Coming to the mall makes me realize we're living in a simulation. Like, this can't be
person
real.
has a
You're
point.
telling me this place right here that has 2 people working in there, they're selling enough hats just to pay 2 employees. No, I don't believe
way.
it. I don't believe it. It's not real. Like, some of these stores, like, okay, like, maybe, right? Like, women's lingerie, underwear, whatever. The Buckle, I don't know. People still shop in there. Now you're telling me this place, Icing, sells enough $2 earrings to pay their rent?
There's
No way.
nobody
This
there.
Place, what do they do? They're selling nail polish and candles. It's not. No, there's no way. Or phone cases? No. Nope, not happening. This place. Okay, they're selling Dreamcatcher earrings and rocks. Never met anybody that bought one of those from the mall.
Expensive
Nobody
rocks,
at the
too.
mall.
It's all fake.
Like, once you start really thinking about what he's saying, it kind of makes sense. Like, their rent at the mall for these stores has to be in the thousands. And they have to pay employees. But when's the last time you went to a mall and they were actually busy? As always, stay weird.
Judah Kula Rock. It's one of the only megaliths in North America. And it's this gigantic megalithic stone that has the same sort of art style as all the Native American stuff that we've seen. And it's some kind of primordial map of Western North Carolina. Some of the stories about the early Native Americans who were asked how this got here, who moved it there, their stories are that giants placed this, and that giants used to live in this land, and that they created these stones. And all of these people are from like a chapter before contact period.
Is there any theory as to the age of that?
They attribute it to a culture that lived in the area between 100 AD and 1000 AD, but you know, that's just totally guesswork.
November 3rd, we're going to have a Black Monday stock market crash coinciding with this whole EBT cutoff. And the Democratic Party, they shut the government down on purpose for 3 reasons. Number 1, to delay all economic data ahead of the Federal Reserve's meeting so that where they're going to affect the interest rates, right? So everyone's expecting rate cuts. And without a clear picture of the jobs data, they're not going to cut rates. They're going to pause rates, which is going to be the first domino to fall in the unraveling of the economy.
The Chinese government made Yao Ming's parents marry.
Oh, they made him marry?
They made him marry and have a baby. His mother was the tallest woman on the Chinese national team, and his father was the tallest guy.
And they made them get married.
So you guys have to have a baby for the republic.
And they came up with Yao Ming.
They came out with Yao.
Damn, I did not know that. You about to look that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was tough.
The reports of Chinese government making Yao Ming's parents to produce star athlete are exaggerated of the state's run sports program that them together. The story is not one of genetic engineering, but a state of sponsored athletic system with eugenics undertones.
I don't know. It sounds like
I don't
Craig
know.
right. I'm going.
Yeah,
with
it
Craig's
kind of sounds like
Yeah, I'm going with Craig's theory right now.
Because they're not
That's how it should
denying
be.
it.
Do you know how incredible the NBA would be if Shaq and Lisa Leslie had a baby? If LeBron and Serena
You know
had
the
a
scary
baby,
part. The
nigga?
scary part about that is, it's a girl. Get you off that.
So if you haven't been paying attention, Neon announces that he's moving out of LA. I'm a little bit late to the party on this one, but let's get straight to it. The reason why he's moving is because he feels like he's losing himself. It's so much demonic energy and things going on. He's packing his stuff and left that same night. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, the real know why he left LA, bro. The week before, Fousey was like, bro, I just know that you sold your soul, bro. And he could see it in his eyes, like, which one of them is your handler? And Neon was explaining how he didn't sell his soul and how he wouldn't be caught in a humiliation ritual. And it was 2 magic mics. Let me backtrack. It was 2 magic it was 2 magic mics that put him in 60 positions in 60 minutes, bro. Is LA a demonic place? You're absolutely 100% right. It's crawling with fake people. You could feel the energy in the air. But is that the reason why Neon was moving? Hell no. If you was really feeling the demonic energy, you would have listened to what Fousey told you right then and there, bro. I really want to show the picture, but I can't, bro. Unfortunately, bro, the attention economy is so tapped out right now. Mr. Beast put somebody in a burning building for attention. So think about the level of humiliation you got to go through just to get people's attention. And Neon, why would you just sit there and go through with that? Why did you not push these people off of you? Other than that, though, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious.
I mean, they're having a lot of these demonic ritual witches type of talk on these streamings. I don't watch them, so I don't know what the whole stream is about. But from what we see on here, there's a lot of that talk. You sold your soul, like they're telling us this is what we did to get here. They're all in LA. You know, it's this place to go. That's where you got to go to find the people to boost your algorithm. And then, you know, they self-destruct for that quick dollar.
Construction, and it never is completed, or there's always new ones that are never like fully finished.
Yeah,
is because if they're finished, people lose jobs.
Yeah, they work by the hour.
People literally will lose their job if they're finished. So you can imagine if they fix up the whole city, they can probably fix up the whole city in a month or 2, 3 months maybe.
Yeah,
depending like how the roads. Let's just say the roads specifically.
Yep.
You can fix up the roads in like a day, right? Yeah, but if they do that,
then
who's gonna be working anymore?
Yeah. That's true. I've seen so many TikToks of roof contractors. They work by the hour, right? So they can do it. I've seen a person do it in like 30 seconds because they have the machinery for it, but they do it in 4 hours so they can get paid more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so they just extend the time, because if it's by the hour,
because it seems too easy.
Yeah. It doesn't. You know what I mean?
You get finesse, man. Like it has to always go straight to that.
Yeah.
Shit, bro.
Do you ever think you could do that door-to-door sales?
Oh, I'd be sick of that.
Yeah, because I don't think I would be able to do it. Because as soon as a man tells me no, I usually just could dip. You made a decision.
You ever sell yourself though?
Bro, there are definitely some unexplainable celebrity deaths, like Left Eye from TLC.
Oh, Left Eye? What about her?
When she died, she was actually in Honduras on like a spiritual awakening journey, and she was filming a documentary. About 2 weeks into her journey and filming this documentary, her and her crew get in a car accident and actually hit a 10-year-old boy and kill him. Left Eye took this super hard, right? A lot of her crew said that the reason that she took this death so serious was because she thought that there was a spirit following her, trying to kill her, and it took the wrong person because the little kid's last name was Lopez.
Same name?
Her name is Lisa Lopez.
Oh my.
So she offered to pay for the kid's entire funeral. The kid's mom actually liked that, and so she gave Left Eye his shoes, right? Well, that's when everything took like a 180. She noticed that written on them were the initials LL, Lisa Lopez. And that to her confirmed she was the one that was supposed to die that day, not that little boy. She actually, during this documentary, there's a part in it where she says, I don't think I have much time left on this earth. I think I'm gonna die soon.
No, she knew she was gonna.
This is like rolling down the hill in a car, knowing you're gonna hit something at the bottom, never stepping on the brakes.
All of her crew started reporting that cameras would turn on or malfunction and not record when they wanted them to, or that the audio devices would record people speaking in languages that they'd never heard before. All of this crazy, unexplainable stuff that is real and caught on a real documentary. It's not like this is just hearsay. This stuff is caught on camera. A couple weeks after that kid's death, one day she was driving her car with her friends while the cameras were rolling, and the car just flipped out of nowhere. She was thrown from the car, cracked her skull open, and she died. And it is one of those situations that it's just like, how do you explain that?
You know, a lot of people have these feelings. Like, I know Mike Tyson is starting to talk like that. Like, I'm not gonna be here too much longer, right? You know, when I went through what I went through, I had that feeling. I had that not only thought, but I had a feeling like it's coming soon. And I had a voice that told me, if you say it, it's going to happen. So I never told nobody. I've told this story a couple times. I never told nobody. I didn't tell my therapist. I didn't tell my psychiatrist. I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell nobody. Right. But there's somebody close to me, you know, a family member that was talking like that. And I always wondered, like, did they have that voice not to speak on it? Right. Because if you speak on it, it's going to happen. Or is there something, you know, like, do they know if I speak this? Like, something told me in my soul, like, if you talk about it, it's gonna happen. So I didn't talk about it. So, like, do these people that say that, like, it's gonna happen soon, I'm not gonna be here much longer, do they have that voice that told them that, or what? I always think about that. I always wonder.
Players in the NBA need to be fucking investigated. Look.
Language. Sorry, y'all.
FanDuel had a special. Each team tonight to score 25 plus
Skip
points
this part if you're
in the
sensitive
first
to
quarter.
language.
So far, every team has done it. The Celtics just need to do it. They're at 24 with a minute and a half left. Watch.
Warning. This is
Houston
crazy.
ball. Steal. Fast break. Right? They need one fucking point. Fast break. They slow it down. They give it to this fucking idiot. He doesn't do a fucking thing. They should have drew a foul or went up for a fucking layup. Nothing. But it gets fucking worse. Oh my
Try
god.
to edit this, y'all.
I can't believe it gets fucking worse. Again, they need one fucking point. A minute left. Okay? So this fucking idiot's gonna shoot and he's gonna fucking miss it. He gets the rebound and doesn't do a fucking thing!
People lost money on that, y'all.
Look at this! Fucking... Investigate that fucking guy! Fucking idiot!
They burned it all.
He lost money on it. That's why you don't gamble.
They ignited an electrical fire, a charge that would not stop until it ran its full course, searing everything.
Angkor Wat was scanned with LiDAR to remove the trees and see what's underneath them. When they did that, these appeared. Let me put this into perspective. Angkor Wat is the biggest temple on Earth. 7 Angkor Wats could fit comfortably in whatever that is. That squiggly geometry is used by your credit card and your festival wristband, and Walmart when it tries to stop you from stealing stuff. These are RFID chips. They don't need power, but they couple with an antenna sending a signal, which is crazy because Angkor Wat's aligned to a star. It also has the exact geometry of a camera sensor that converts light to electricity. The only difference is scale. And the temple has the geometry of a timekeeping oscillator, which is exactly what it does using the sun.
You see, with the free energy grid, the only way to control it was to destroy it. And the only way to contain the high-intensity electrical fire before it consumed absolutely everything. They had to snuff out The electrical charge
I mean,
that was running rampant through the earth, inducing liquefaction to save Earth.
What you
I mean, I could see that. I could see that. Like, look at the west side, the West Coast, right? They do it now, right? Like, I know there's certain, canals, certain power plants that produce electricity for certain water plants that produce water, produce electricity for the whole Southwest, right? For California, Arizona, a little bit of Texas, New Mexico, right? One little spot. So I could see how maybe the Grand Canyon did the whole west, like look how big the Grand Canyon did the whole west half of the country. Right? I'm only speaking for America. Did the whole west half of the country free electricity. They came through, ruined it, right? And what is the Grand Canyon? It's one of the seven wonders of the world, right? Where's there another seven wonder of the world on the East Coast out there? Niagara Falls, like a giant dam. Maybe that was something where, that powered the whole East Coast of the country, Canada, up there. Maybe that's what that did. What is that? Natural wonder of the world. All these natural wonders of the world, maybe those were points, the pyramids, all these different electrical, that could be something to look into, y'all.
found the
Just
underground
thinking.
city in Chicago.
Y'all, we in the middle of downtown, right? Right across from the Drake Hotel. Well, y'all know they talk about underground cities in Chicago. What is this?
What the?
It's blocked off. It's like a rip. And then it's just a blocked off underground door. This is the street right here.
No. That was an underground train station that they stopped using. Because ain't no way there's underground cities anywhere. Because there's just normal cities. All the cities that we are from. That's it. I don't know why people keep saying that. I don't know what that guy found because he didn't find nothing. He was just pointing at a door that got closed off. Let's get it real out here, guys. Chicago, do you know about that? Because I don't know anything about that. Because I'm from New York City. And ain't no underground cities over there. Just
yeah,
train
there
stations. And this ain't no underground city. This is just a parking lot. So please, don't say you found anything, because you didn't find anything. That was just a door blocked off, so nobody could go down there. And I don't know what that rant was for. Y'all play around too much on this app. This video's for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that guy's talking about. He didn't find no underground city. We didn't see it with our own eyes. That was just a door that was blocked off with a ramp that led to who knows. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this. I'm out.
I mean, anybody from Phoenix, they know about the tunnel that's like on 7th Street, 7th Avenue. It's a tunnel, right? Tunnel that goes underground. The whole city's right on top of it. You know what I mean? There's a city, there's a park. I'm sure there's houses, buildings right on top of it. And there's a tunnel where cars are going through, right? Those are all over. Those are all over. Subway stations all over, right?
Good. Russian state media is claiming that they can generate a 500-meter high radioactive tsunami. Let's find out how they can do that. I don't know if you guys are tracking on the Poseidon torpedo or not, but this thing was kind of leaked publicly in 2015 through a TV broadcast and then formally announced by President Vladimir Putin. And essentially what it is a unmanned underwater vehicle that's both a submarine and a torpedo that can stealthily navigate the ocean and then detonate wherever Russia wants to send it, essentially. That's what they're claiming. Apparently the thing's approximately 20 meters long, can travel up to 100 knots or 185 kilometers per hour. And as far as its range is concerned, well, it's, there's no way to really tell because it's propelled by nuclear power. So it could be, there's estimates in 10,000 kilometers potentially. Got a very low acoustic signature. There's nobody on board. It could loiter indefinitely underwater practically. But anyway, on October 29th of 2025, Putin announced a huge success in testing Poseidon during an informal meeting with wounded soldiers at a Moscow hospital. The test, which was conducted on October 28th from an unnamed carrier submarine, marked the full first activation of this nuclear propulsion unit after launch via booster motor, which allows it to operate independently underwater for an unspecified duration. Now, Putin emphasized that its unmatched power and claims it surpasses Russia's Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile, boasting that there is, quote, nothing like this globally with no interception possible. Now, some people are speculating that this led President Donald Trump to talk about doing more nuclear testing, but I'll leave that to you to decide.
So it sounds like Tulsi Gabbard wants to investigate this because she knows it leads to Israel. And it sounds like the FBI and Donald Trump do not want anybody looking into this because they also know it leads to Israel. That's what it looks like. So the full-blown cover-up is happening with the Charlie Kirk assassination. It turns out that someone working for Tulsi Gabbard, was investigating the foreign government's connection to the assassination, and Kash Patel just squashed it.
Huh?
Yes. Officials' access to FBI files in Charlie Kirk case drew pushback. An inquiry by Joe Kent. He leads the National Counterterrorism Center. He said to have alarmed Kash Patel, the FBI director, because he was looking into the connections between Charlie Kirk's assassination and foreign governments, because that's his job. He leads the National Counterterrorism Center. Okay. By the way, so here it is. The head of the National Counterterrorism Center examined FBI files in the last several weeks to investigate whether the man charged with assassinating Charlie Kirk had support from someone else, a foreign power, or another entity, according to multiple people with knowledge of the matter. The inquiry by Joe Kent, who's the director of the Counterterrorism Center, alarmed Kash Patel, the director of the FBI. Mr. Patel and other senior officials believed Mr. Kent was overstepping, treading on the FBI. That's what he was doing, treading on them.
Oh, over his skis.
Of course he was overstepping. Who does he think he is? Clark Kent? No, he's not Clark Kent. How dare he look into one of the most important cases in American history with all its implications? How dare he? The inquiry by Joe Kent, the director, we already said that, treading on FBI responsibilities and potentially interfering with the investigation and the prosecution of the subject. Really? So somebody from the National Counterterrorism Center, just looking at the information, that's going to screw up your investigation? I call bullshit. 100%. Supporters of Mr. Kent say he was doing his job, running down leads and making sure no foreign or domestic groups were linked to Mr. Kirk's death. Mr. Robertson, that's Tyler Robinson, 22, accused of killing Kirk last month as the conservative activist made an appearance, blah, blah, blah. One of many, blah, blah, blah. State prosecutors in Utah have charged Mr. Robinson with 7 counts, including felony aggravated murder. So Lee Harvey Robinson is the accused killer of Charlie Kirk? Really? I believe this. I believe the official story top to bottom. Where's my $7,000 check, bitch? The Senate confirmed Mr. Kent as director of the Counterterrorism Center in July. He is one of the closest advisors to Tulsi Gabbard. So Tulsi Gabbard is the director of national intelligence, which means everybody works under her. The CIA, the FBI, the NSA, they all work under her. But somehow the FBI is stepping in to stop her from doing it, or the people who work for her from doing an investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Oh, because it's Israel.
That's right, exactly.
The hurricane that just hit Jamaica does not sit right with me. This wasn't just some regular storm. This was the strongest hurricane ever recorded in the history of Jamaica, with winds reaching up to 185 miles per hour. This is also the strongest hurricane in the world in 2025. About 77% of the island's electricity has lost power. People are stranded on top of rooftops, and lives have been lost. But this is where it gets strange. On Jamaica's own government website, they outline something called Vision 2030 Jamaica. This is a national plan directly tied to the UN's 2030 agenda, and one of its core goals, sustainable smart cities. Now call me crazy, but what faster way to speed that up than completely wiping out old infrastructure and rebuilding from scratch? Is this coincidence or is this convenience? And it gets even weirder. Meteorologists and hurricane hunter crews literally flew into the eye of the storm. And take a look at some of this footage. Some people even called it unreal. Maybe it is unreal. And it's not just Jamaica. Los Angeles, also part of the 2030 agenda, faced some of the worst wildfires in its history. Now, I know this is speculation, a little bit of conspiracy, but what I do know is that this does not sit right with me.
When I was in high school, I would regularly get in fights with my AP US history teacher about the validity of primary sources. Hear me out on this. My whole argument was, okay, if I really wanted to, I could get me and 50 other people to all journal about something as if it happened. Let's say we all wanted to claim that an asteroid hit in Delaware on February 26, 2024, whatever. We could all write about it. We could probably get people on social media to make videos and tweets about it, whatever, and we could claim it happened. And then in 100, 200, 500 years, however many, historians could look back on all this and be like, oh yeah, according to the sources, an asteroid hit in Delaware on February 26, 2024. If that is entirely possible for me to do today, even in an age where like photographic and video evidence exists, who's to say that people 300 years ago didn't want to come together to prank the future public and all claim that something happened and then just write about it, and then years and years later we refer back to their sources and we're like, oh yeah, that thing happened because they said it did. And my history teacher would always be like, Bianca, what incentive would a group of people in the past have to want to prank future historians? And my answer is like, that sounds like a hilarious thing to do. I feel like we assume silly geese have only been around for like 20 or 30 years. Silly geese have been around forever. There's easily a chance that people in the past wanted to like pull a fun little conspiracy on the future people. Does anyone else follow this or like see what I'm saying? Like, why do we just believe so wholeheartedly in people's goodness and maybe not their potential to get up to hijinks and shenanigans? Let me hear what you have to say about this. I don't know if it's a hot take or if it makes perfect sense.
I mean, we do it now. Look at the Charlie Kirk thing. Look at his wife going on there with those fake tears. Look at the 9/11 thing. Look at the JFK thing. Look at the moon landing thing. The greatest leap for mankind. Think about that. Just that word in itself for mankind ever. So I can see it happening.
Telling y'all, they always tell you right to your face, wake up.
I can wear her skin over mine, her hair over mine, her hands as gloves, her teeth as confetti, her scalp a cap,
weird,
her sternum my bedazzled cane. We can pose for a photograph. All three of us. Immortalized. You and your perfect girl. I don't know when love became elusive. What I know is no one I know has it.
That audio came out before this video came out. Or this video. Could she be referring to you-know-who?
A connection to 9/11 as well, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I was booked on the first flight that hit the tower, and I was drinking the night before, so overslept a little bit, in conjunction with the fact that my travel agent screwed up the itinerary by about 15 minutes, and so I arrived 10 minutes late to get on the flight.
Access Hollywood that Michael was supposed to be at a meeting inside the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. Now, Jermaine said his brother slept through a number of early morning appointments, and that day was one of them.
Many of them look like lizards, literally. And as a result, if their frequency enters into people and occupies that person, they create that barrier all around, and that's their way of masking themselves, where they create a frequency and they look human under certain sounds, and under their excitement and stress that veil is distorted at times, and people all of a sudden see something they shouldn't be seeing because that creature is trying to keep a veil of who they are. So it's a manipulation of energy that Allah is giving in Surah Al-Yasin, that we create a barrier in front of them and behind them. There's not a physical barrier because everybody recites it, but they don't think from the world of malakut and the world of light. That what are these barriers? That one, if you believe, Allah give you permission, recite. And with belief this barrier comes up, they don't see you. The barrier behind comes up, they don't see you, you are now masked like a transparent system.
You're telling me the government shuts down and almost immediately the weather across the nation shifts to the proper season? And in Arizona here, we have had the most rain in 3 days than we have had in the past 3 years.
Just saw that.
Like, we're flooded. We had one of the worst microburst events in history recorded. People are displaced from their homes. And to top it, when I'm out driving around, there's not a trail in sight in the sky. Clear skies, birds are chirping, fresh air. Do we think it's a coincidence? or something bigger is going on here? Because I'm all about the conspiracies. And when I say conspiracy, I mean what's actually happening, you know? But it's just a little fishy, you know? I'll be curious to see what happens when it reopens and those government workers come back to work, you know? Just me?
Said that you won't fly commercial. You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No, listen to me this thing. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need of Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah.
Like, I don't get it, y'all. Who goes to that? But I saw a video. I didn't put it on the video on today's video, but I saw a preacher. He had a Rolls Royce, right? He got it delivered to the church. Rolls Royce. He was thanking everybody. Thank you. Without you guys, this wouldn't be. This wouldn't be. You know, this wouldn't happen. Whatever. And somebody asked, like, yelled out from the crowd, you know, are we going to celebrate today? And he said, you know what he said? He said, I'm going to celebrate, but not with you guys. I was like, oh, that's cold blooded, y'all. Cold blooded. But I went to church with Mama Bear not too long ago. I said this before, but, you know, they said, passed around the little basket, you know, if you donate, you will be blessed. I was like, man, I can't rock with that, y'all.
Chat, but why? This is a conspiracy theory, because I like conspiracy. Why is like one of the biggest broadcasting stations in the world, Columbia Broadcasting Station, CBS, their logo is the all-seeing eye. Columbia, right? Random. Then Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, is District of Columbia. Why? Then there's another one. Columbia Pictures, the movie Columbia Pictures, is got the lady, I think Lady Liberty with the illuminating fire. Come on, man, I'm on to something, chat.
I told y'all that Donald Trump said that these holidays are hurting our economy. I mean, did y'all see that Dollar Tree is putting glass doors on their shelves now? But nonetheless, right? Donald Trump said he was canceling the holidays. And now Mariah Carey, who is known for Christmas, for the holidays with the songs and everything like that, her commercial literally just told y'all that Christmas is canceled. Literally telling you guys.
Halloween sleep, but now it's spill the tea. Who's the thief? Busted!
Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm planning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas is canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Hi, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Did y'all hear that? Y'all, it's so bad out there that the elves can't afford to feed themselves, so they gotta sell things off too. See, a lot of y'all think this is joking, but Mariah is known as the voice of Christmas. When the elves took her lipstick away, her lipsticks to our ears, right? Her song, her music, which what we know Mariah to be famous for, she's literally telling y'all to signal that this stuff is really over, y'all. Like, we're literally in a new timeline. Things have shifted, y'all. So if Christmas is canceled, then what's getting ready to replace it? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
They have figured out a way to keep people in their peak on the chemical DMT. They're actually mapping out the DMT realm itself, which should be impossible if you're just doing drugs and you're getting high. But it's not just doing drugs and getting high. If 100 different people encounter the same beings during this process, it seems like to me that there is a runaway or breakaway faction within our government that has sequestered a group of esoteric information. This is why we don't see the Book of Enoch in the Bible where in Enoch, he talked about how fallen angels was giving us technology, having children with human women. And then we look at actual statements from Abraham Lincoln when he said about the extinct giants that are buried in the burial mounds all across North America. These are his direct quotes. I've been to Winnemucca, Nevada. People always tell me about the giant bones at the Winnemucca Museum. I go to find those bones. They're not there. People say, yes, Smithsonian took them. And now they're saying they were never there. But there's people there saying, no, I took my kids here to see it. My kids are adults now. And we know they were there. And Abraham Lincoln is speaking about it. So this means to me that there is a group who have sold us all out in exchange for control. They sold us all out. And only a rebellion is what's going to be able to free us.
Have you guys ever noticed this? So if you guys know about Erewhon, the market Erewhon, if you guys jumble the letters, you know what it spells? Nowhere. Why do you think that is? Now, if you notice, their prices are out of control. If you've ever been to Erewhon, they have like $30 grapes and shit like that. So the reason it's nowhere is because they can make up any prices and you're gonna pay for it because it's that price. I mean, just for example, they got you guys paying $20 for one single strawberry and $45 for pistachio spread. Who is paying this? So what I get from it, it's like purgatory. It's like made up. Hey, we can charge anything we want and you're gonna pay for it. So it's like nowhere. It doesn't exist. Just like the Matrix says, because this is a Matrix that people are living in, paying these prices, there is no spoon.
This footage is seriously freaking people out. A thermal camera was set up on a mountain, a place that's supposed to be completely off limits. No hikers, no houses, nothing. But around midnight, the camera picked up two human figures. One was clearly chasing the other. They ran through the trees until the heat signature vanished, and then something even stranger happened. The camera suddenly caught what looked like buildings, a small cluster of houses sitting right in the middle of that restricted zone. Thing is, there are no houses on that mountain. None. Then, about an hour later, the lens shifted to the summit, and this time, there were 9 people standing there. One of them was dragging another body behind them like they were pulling someone who couldn't walk. Officials said no one was supposed to be there. So now people are asking, who were they? And more importantly, what was happening up there? What do you think that camera really captured?
An investigation has been launched after 300 piles of human remains were found in the desert outside Las Vegas. Sources involved in the operation believe the piles were probably dumped by a funeral home business. Nevada law does not ban individuals from scattering ashes on public land, but federal regulations forbid businesses from dumping cremated remains on federal land on a commercial scale.
I mean, think about it, y'all. What closed caskets? How do we know that our loved one's in there? I mean, those caskets cost a lot of money, and they're in the business of profit. They're in the business of money. So I don't know. I mean, you get your loved one cremated, right? And now they're coming back saying that's not even our loved one, right? So it's a dark game. Money, man. Money, money, money.
You know, there's this theory that there were already black people here in America.
Of course there was. You think there's millions of people who got on a rickety-ass boat all the way?
Oh, no.
There's no way they shipped off all those people. We were already here. Because you know America is really like Egypt, like the Holy Land. I hope you guys know that, right?
No. Explain that.
You guys don't know this?
No.
Why is there a Memphis, Tennessee here? Why is there an Egypt in Tennessee? Like if you look at, like, start to really put the pieces together. There's a Memphis in Africa and in Egypt, but also there's an Egypt, Tennessee.
I've heard that the Mississippi River is really the Nile River.
That's what it is. There's pyramids all around the United States. So even in East St. Louis.
Okay, there's pyramids in the United States.
Yes.
Where?
East St. Louis, Illinois. Look up Monk Mounds by the Chokia Society.
So they named it something different.
Well, there's not just one particular kind. Monk Mounds, there's pyramids.
Where else are there pyramids?
You don't think that there's anything in the Grand Canyon at all, even though the government owns it?
I heard they don't want you to go down.
Of course. Most of the Grand Canyon, just like a majority of Nevada, 80% of it is owned by the government. Why do you think that is? There's structures in the canyon that look similar to Egyptian monoliths and whatnot. They discovered pyramids of Giza. There's almost 2-mile-long structures under them, oils wrapped around them. These pyramids change history at this point, what they discovered. So, but I think they are hydroelectric only because they're near bodies of water. Here in America, you have what? Mississippi River, St. Louis. Monk Mounds are. Oh, they're not too far. You think that they didn't have this technology or this type of structures only in Egypt and they have it here? These are hydroelectric structures. They were in a very advanced civilization. This is why I do deep dives into this stuff, because I know nothing about Africa. I'm not African.
Right.
I am American and I am native to this land. Like, look at I don't look African. You can tell an African.
Absolutely can tell. 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, those are different people. Like, yeah, like how far do we have to go back? Because eventually, yeah, everybody's from Africa.
Right.
That's where humanity started. But I was born here. My parents are born here. My grandparents are born here. And their parents are born here. And their parents are born here. And how long do I have to go back until I'm African?
Hold on, y'all. Something is not making sense. So apparently time moved forward an hour. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that, by the way? We don't have reminders no more. So we're adults now. We have to remind ourselves. But time, for some reason, time moved forward an hour. But it looks like the same exact time that it was yesterday. This is right. Remember when it happened, we would notice the time change instantly. Like, oh, shoot, we do really have an hour more of sunlight, y'all. It is the exact same time as it was yesterday. Meaning, I don't think time really changed, if you know what I'm saying. Remember, there are a lot of anomalies happening with the planet right now, y'all. The core slowing up, is turning the other way. This whole thing with 3i Atlas. There's a lot of uncertainties happening with the planet right now. The magnetic field is very weak. We have this anomaly coming out of Antarctica. So there's a lot going on, but y'all not telling me, man, the time has changed and nobody has really noticed. It's like, it's on the hush hush now. But the fact of the matter is, it's still the same time. It is 6 p.m. right now, y'all. Look at this. Look how dark it is. Bro, look how dark it is. 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., y'all? What the hell? It is 6 p.m.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh, like we're not moving?
They said she's a practicing witch. Okay, good to know. I'm pretty sure most of her Latin family is probably of Catholic background.
I don't know, but you know, once you go down these roads, a lot of musicians are into the occult.
I also heard that her ex-husband just came out and said that she was practicing Santeria, where you cut chickens and bathe in their blood. And
Nothing would surprise me anymore.
Father, what kind of people come to you for help and ask to be bailed out?
So they pretty much stretches the gamut of a lot of different religions. Where I live is mostly Baptist, so we predominantly have Baptist people coming for help, but some Catholics. And what usually is the precedent is they've done something that's invited a demon into their life. So in a very basic instruction, there was a bus driver, and one day at the end of his route, everybody got off the bus, and there was a Ouija board on the bus, and if nobody claims it in 24 hours, you can take it home and keep it. So he brought it home to his kids. It showed him how to play it. It started doing its own thing. Nobody's touching the little disc, and it's going 6, 6, 6, and then would pause and do it again with nobody moving it. So the kids start screaming. The dad comes down. He's like, "What's going on?" And then he watches it and says, "Oh, well, that's that doesn't look good, and he throws it out. But they engaged. They
Wow.
took the thing out of the box, they played it, and then it started up. That night, they all had night terrors. Within a few days, some of the kids are thoughts. The final straw was a very crazy thing. The dad had carved up a chicken for dinner. It was cooked chicken,
Okay,
roast
okay.
chicken.
I thought you meant
He's carving like Thanksgiving turkey
Okay.
sort of thing.
Do you know about Operation Midnight Climax? So Operation Midnight Climax is where they set up these safe houses in New York, LA, all major cities around the US, right? They'll hire prostitutes to come work for the CIA to lure men into these safe houses and then drug them with LSD to see the effects of the LSD. This is documented. So they've been experimenting on civilians, military, psychiatric people, like people who are deemed crazy, or they probably made them crazy. That's the thing. Like, you see people running around right now that you think that are crazy, but they're probably experimenting on from the CIA, the government. Who knows? So that's what I'm saying. So this is all documented. You can check this out for yourself and be like, damn, the government did this? Like, how do people trust the government at this point? They did all this shit and be like, oh, well, we still have your best interests. That's not an assassination set up by the government. That can't be.
I remember I used to pick up it wasn't LabCorp, but it was like LabCorp. So I say LabCorp because y'all know what LabCorp was. But Sonora Quest. I used to pick up at St. Vincent de Paul, right? They help the homeless and all that. And my little thing was, I wonder if all these like homeless people that, not all of them, but a lot of them were done wrong by the Catholic Church. And this is their way of kind of, washing away their sins. They're giving back and trying to help. Or that hit me when I was out there. Like, there's so much people out there, so much people. And the St. Vincent de Paul, the Catholic Church, the Vatican, whatever you want to call it, were the ones helping them. And we all know what goes on with that. And we know what happens, a strong majority when that type of thing happens when you're young, usually it doesn't end well, right? When you're older. Now it does for some people, but some people it doesn't. I don't know. That was just something that hit me. And same with these governments, always government funding that's helping out the homeless. And maybe, like you said, most of the homeless people out there, maybe they were experimented on with LSD and all that. And that's the government's, trying to cover it or, wash away their sins to do good or something like that. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know down below.
12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was to...
CBS doesn't condone this.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous, and then one day I, had this tragic singing accident at
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
And I realized then that Satan was coming for my soul, so...
And this clip is even worse. Watch this.
One time I did a magazine cover and the lady had me hold something over my eye. And I go, why would I want to do that? And she goes, just everybody does it. And I go, okay. Yeah. So I held a button over my eye and now it shows all these people doing that. And they say they're in the Satan Club.
So she said that her photographer told her to do that one night symbolism. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And in this clip, she said that she sold her soul to devil. And this thing is concerning. Maybe she's doing some kind of comedy or jokes here, but this is concerning because the way she talks, it's not looks like that it's comedy or jokes, but still people are laughing on this one. And tell me what you all think about that, because I don't think so that you must laugh on these kind of things, because your soul is part of the God and you can't sell your God. Don't forget to share.
Yo, everything is fake, man. The media's fake, the jobs are fake, the money's fake, politics fake, religion's fake, people are fake, friends are fake, everything is fake. Nothing is real anymore. We have traded authenticity for convenience. We have traded truth for comfort. And we're surrounded by the illusions that we helped build. The media is feeding you fear. The job is draining your soul. The money's being printed from nothing but controlling everything. The politics is dividing you into teams that both work for the same system.
Ain't
Religion
lying.
is telling you to find God outside yourself. Your friends are following trends more than they follow truth. And the family stopped talking once technology gave them better distractions. You scroll more than you feel. You post more than you speak. You know more about strangers online than your own blood. The science lies when there's money involved. Pharma profits when you're sick. And NASA is selling you dreams while the whole world is burning. Everything that's supposed to help you hurts you. Everything that's supposed to unite you divides you. And everything that's supposed to make you smarter is making you dependent. We've forgotten how to be human. We've lost touch with nature, with silence, with each other. We're seeking truth in systems designed to hide it. And the only way to get out, man, is to going back in. Back to presence, back to truth, back to real connection. And it starts with awareness. You got to question it all. You got to unplug from the things that drain you and reconnect with the things that ground you. You got to talk to your people. You got to touch the earth, hug a tree, listen more than you scroll. Because the system is going to continuously win when you forget who you are. But the moment you remember it, you're going to break it. So remember, tribe, it's always about leaving people better than we found them. So we got to help the people unplug from this. Open their eyes and seek truth over comfort always.
Man, when you said like you forget who you are, you got to unplug. Like I've been saying that a lot. Like, man, I'm forgetting like who I used to be. Like I used to be so disciplined. I used to be out there running every day. Right? I used to be eating clean. I used to be just such a strong-minded, militant type thinker before I moved out here to Texas, y'all. That's one thing that changed when I moved from Arizona to Texas. A lot of things, blessings happened, right? I got a good woman. I got 2 kids, well, 1 kid, another kid on the way, beautiful house, right? A lot of blessings came. But me personally, I've been going downhill. So maybe I need to unplug a little bit. Maybe I need to go out there and hug a tree. I don't know because I forgot. I know who I used to be, but I'm losing the things I used to do. And I just haven't been happy lately, y'all. I mean, I'm happy. I'm not like sad and depressed or anything, but like I miss that disciplined self. I miss that switch of just getting after it.
Until tomorrow, tribe, namaste.
So what do you think the solution is to the jobs that are going to be lost because of AI and robotics? The jobs due to automation, the jobs due to no longer do we need human beings to do these jobs because AI is doing them. Do you think it's going to be some sort of a universal basic income thing? Do you think there's going to be some other kind of solution that has to be implemented? Because a lot of people are going to be out of work, right?
I think there will be actually a high demand for jobs, but not necessarily the same jobs. So, I mean, this is actually, this process has been happening throughout modern history. I mean, there used to be like doing calculations manually with like a pencil and paper. It used to be a job. So they used to have like buildings full of people, cold computers, where the banks would like all you do all day is you do calculations because they didn't have computers. They didn't have digital computers that people
Abacus.
do. Yeah, well, it was just people would just like add and subtract stuff on a piece of paper and that would be how banks would do financial processing.
And you'd have to literally go over their equations to make sure the books are balanced.
Yeah, and most times it's just simple math. Like like in a world before computers, how did you calculate? How did you do transactions? You had to do them by hand. So then, when computers were introduced, the job of doing, bank calculations no longer existed. So people had to go do something else.
No, they didn't go do something else. They started doing it on a computer. They were still controlling the computer, plugging in numbers. They didn't have to go to a whole different job. They just moved. Okay, right? You get a new laptop at work. What do? You just start working on the new laptop. I can't stand this dude, y'all.
And that's what's going to happen. That's what is happening at an accelerated rate due to AI and then robotics.
That's the issue, though, right? The accelerated rate, because it's going to be.
It's the accelerated. It's just happening. Like I said, like AI is the supersonic tsunami. So that's what
You
I
can't
call it,
compare it.
supersonic tsunami. So
It's like, what other jobs will be available that aren't
Um,
available now because of AI?
well, AI is really still digital. Ultimately, AI can improve the productivity of humans who build things with their hands or do things with their hands, like literally welding, electrical work, plumbing, anything that's physically moving atoms, like cooking food or farming or like anything that's physical. Those jobs will exist for a much longer time. But anything that is
Cooking food,
digital,
farming.
which is like
Get
just
outta here.
someone at a computer doing something, AI is going to take over those jobs like lightning.
Coding, anything along
Yeah.
those lines. Yeah.
It's going to take over those jobs like lightning. Just like digital computers took over the job of people doing manual calculations, but much faster.
So what happens to all those people? Like, what kind of numbers are we talking about? Like, you're going to lose most drivers, right? Commercial drivers. You're going to have automated vehicles, AI controlled systems. Just like there's certain ports in China, I think in Singapore, where everything's completely automated.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to lose a lot of those jobs, longshoreman jobs, trucking, commercial drivers.
Yeah, I mean, we actually do have a shortage of truck drivers, but there's actually.
Well, that's why California's hired so many illegals to do it. Have you seen those numbers?
Yeah. I mean, the problem is like when people don't know how to drive a semi truck, which is actually a hard thing to do, then they crash and kill people.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's wife was killed by an illegal driving a truck, and she was just out biking, and there was an illegal who didn't know how to drive the truck or something. I mean, and he ran her over. So I mean, the thing is like, for something like you can't let people drive, sort of an 80,000 pound semi, if they don't know how to do it. But in California.
Do they think illegal Mexicans are stupid and don't know how to drive? No, you got to go get certified, dog. You got to get certified to get that license. You can't drive a 80,000 pound vehicle. Some farmer is not going to let somebody drive a $80,000 vehicle because there goes his business if something happens. You got to get a CDL and all that. You can't just. They're so stupid, y'all. These people make they turn everything into politics. It started off with, what are we going to do with human beings that can't work? And they turned it into politics. They let all these illegals in. Like, you think they're just, here's the keys to an $80,000 car. Usually drive a little Toyota 4Runner, but here's an $80,000, 80,000 pound vehicle. Good luck. You think it happens, y'all? Regular people that have, citizenships crash all the time into people. It happens, right? That's what happens. We get distracted. We're humans. We look at our phone. We get a phone call. We do these things. All right?
Just letting people
I can't stand Elon, y'all.
Because they need people to do it.
Well, they want the votes and
see,
that
turning
kind of thing,
politics. Fuck
but
outta
yeah,
here.
like cars are going to be autonomous, but there's just so many desk jobs where really what people are doing is they're processing email, or they're answering the phone, and just anything that isn't moving atoms, like anything that is not physically, like doing physical work, that will obviously be the first thing. Those jobs will be and are being eliminated by AI at a very rapid pace. And ultimately, working will be optional, because you'll have robots plus AI, and we'll have, in a benign scenario,
Don't say
universal
it.
high income, not just
Don't
universal
say it.
basic income, universal high income, meaning anyone can have any products or services that they want.
So
but there will be a lot of trauma and disruption along the way.
So is universal high income meaning they're making so much money that they'll just start giving checks to people? Is that what that means? I'm not really sure what universal high income, but that's what I'm thinking, what he said. Like, you think they're going to pay us some of their profits because they're making so much profit, pay the peasants. They don't pay their employees anymore. They're paying them pennies on the dollar. Right. But I got a good side hustle for you guys. I don't really know what universal income means. I don't want to get into it too much because I know I'm going to get fact checked. So let me know down below. But a little good side hustle for you guys. Y'all learn how to make dope YouTube thumbnails, right? A dude reached out to me on email. Hey, I make thumbnails. Boom. I sent him some things. He's, I'll give you a free test drive. Try this. Like, it looked dope, y'all. And this dude, I'm paying him $30 a week, $120 a month, right? But I'm thinking of trying to get into that little side hustle. You know how many YouTube channels are out there where, people just don't know how to really make thumbnails like mine, right? To separate thumbnails a big thing, y'all. That's a good little side hustle. If you can learn, and there's videos on YouTube that'll tell you how to do it. If you can learn how to do it, and then just reach out. People put their email, put their contact information in the description. I know I have my email down below. And reach out to people. You reach out to 100 people, you might get 5 of them. That's $500 a month right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good little side hustle, y'all. That dude's making some money because he's good at what he does. And I bet it only takes him 10 minutes to make a thumbnail for me, right? Because it would take me 5 minutes to make my old thumbnails. So if you know what you're doing, you can bang it out quick, y'all. That's a good little side hustle for you guys just to do at home when you're sitting on the couch. Learn it, practice, create thumbnails, practice, and reach out to people. You're welcome.
Are political. You know why they're political? Because they make a lot of fucking money. This is why sports are political. Sports are political simply because they make a lot of money. They make a lot of people a lot of money. Now, what do I mean by that, right? Let me explain it to you. Sports are political because they make a lot of money because the economic injustices that have taken place, not only in my community, but
picks
across
his
the
nose
world.
too.
Like,
I ain't
this
the
is
only
supposed
one.
to be the meal ticket out for a lot of people that look like me or come from neighborhoods that in which I come from, my family comes from. Basketball is supposed to be the trench baby sport, right? That's what I came into it, understanding that this is basketball, the trench baby sport. But now that we have all these class rankings and we have NIL situations and kids getting paid $1 million at 16 years old, which I have no problem with. No hater over here. Go and get your bread. But when you have professionals at 15, 16, 17, 18 making $1 million, I didn't make my first, you know what I mean? I didn't get that first big paycheck until I got to the NBA, and then also I was with Nike. You know what I mean? So I came in during the lockout. So my understanding of the way basketball goes in the professional ranks is totally different than a lot of other people.
I don't know how to feel about this because now you got the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree, listen to me now. They done leveled up and got some new next level lockdown type energy. They put glass doors on the shelves, not just any glass doors with holes in them. And when someone asks about a product, they say, sure, just reach your hands to the door. If you're not buying it, they're not opening these glass doors for y'all.
I am on ground zero right now. This is boots on the ground shit. They are locking things up at the Dollar Tree.
Boots on the ground.
Not only that, but there's holes. Someone asked to open the cage and they said, reach through the holes.
That's a lawsuit
So
waiting
it
to
leaves you
happen.
wondering what this is for.
Like, hold up, Dollar Tree. Are things that bad out there? Are y'all in some type of dollar deficit to the point where you gotta protect the dollar type things? And these are some of the hygienic things, like look like a lot of women stuff. Women, oh wow, this is like makeup and stuff. Why in the world would y'all start locking up dollar items? This shit is crazy, man. That part of the shift, y'all. Let me know down in the comments below what's going on. Let's get it.
Now, you know times are getting tough when the Dollar Tree is starting to lock up stuff. Crazy, y'all. But there you have it, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, if you made it this far, go ahead and leave that like, comment, subscribe. Like I said before, I learned that likes, honestly, I appreciate the likes, appreciate the subscribes, appreciate the comments, all that. I'm not saying don't, right? I'm not saying I'm not thankful for that. But what really helps the channels grow is watching it for a long period of time. Like, I've had videos that got like 25,000 views and 2,000 likes. And I've gotten videos that have gotten 60,000 views with only 1,000 likes, right? So it's all about watching the video through. So if you made it this far, really appreciate it. Now go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that comment, hit that subscribe. Let me know how everything's going, y'all. And like I said, that's a good side hustle, y'all, to get into. is to figure out something with these thumbnails, something to help out people's channels, right? Because at the end of the day, we just want to grow. We want to grow. We want to grow. And like that dude's making thumbnails. He's not breaking the bank, right? That was a good investment for me, right? Not in the beginning when I first start my YouTube journey, but where I get to the point I'm at now, like YouTube's a secret, y'all. At first it's consistency. But once you get to a certain amount of views, like I feel like there's knowledge in it. You have to know like little things like your tags, your hashtags, your description, changing it all the time. Like I used to use the same description every time. You got to switch it up. Like I didn't know that, but I started, you know, messing around with ChatGPT and I started getting knowledge like, oh, YouTube is just a secret. And I don't keep those secrets, y'all. There's enough people out there, enough views. Like I've reached out to some of these big TikTok reactors, nothing, y'all. And they reply to comments above me and under me. Skip right over me. Don't give the knowledge, right? I give the knowledge, y'all. I give the knowledge to you guys. I've helped countless people out that email me and reach out to me about equipment, about how to get started, about all that, right? So, you know, I'm here to help people, y'all. That's the business I'm into, right? Because life is too beautiful and there's plenty to go around. I'm not greedy, y'all. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. The baby's awake, so I'm gonna try to get this video edited while he's just chilling in his crib. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Appreciate all the love, y'all. Later.